What's up, guys? Back with another video. I'm not gonna do the lazy eye thing this time because it's the second video and it's weird the second time. But
It was weird the first time.
Okay, it was weird the first time, but this is my thing. Okay, it's my thing. Don't make fun of my thing.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, so we're gonna make a second video about gym life and what it's like to go to the gym, what motivates you to go to the gym. I'm trying to get my cousin to go out to the gym, so if it were a guy, I think I would find motives, but girls are different and they have different motives for going to the gym, I feel like. So I have to ask her. She's an avid gym goer. So tell us, Carla, what makes you go to the gym?
Feel good, look good, but mostly that is my biggest stress reliever. When I'm frustrated, when I'm sad, when I'm happy, no matter what, I try to take out all my energy in the gym, especially after a long and stressful day, after a complicated work shift. That would be my biggest stress reliever. Nothing feels better than going and working out. Literally,
it's very therapeutic.
Stress.
It's very therapeutic.
It's very.
I always say that if you go to the gym very consistently, you're not gonna be angry at anything. You know, would you agree, or do you still get angry?
No, I agree. Of course, I'm still gonna get angry with situations, but I have noticed that my stress and my anger is not as high when I am constantly going to the gym and people around me notice. Even my mother notices. When she notices that I'm just stressed out for no reason, she asks me.
She sends you.
She asks
the gym?
me. She said,
"She like, have you gone to the gym?
Have you gone to the gym this week?" And I'm just like, once. She's like, well, you need to go tomorrow. So that is how.
That's a good mom.
That is a good mom.
I like that.
That is a good mom.
That's a good parenting tip right there.
So she knows. She can tell.
Yeah.
People around me can tell. Even I myself, I add on more stress to myself when I don't go to the gym because I just feel like
you're like, I'm losing my gains.
I'm losing my gains, and I feel like my whole day, my whole week is just not on schedule, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So how long have you been like going to the gym pretty consistently?
Ever since I graduated high school, which was about 2 years ago, but there's periods when I'm very consistent and there's periods when I slack off, but it also has to do because of school. There was a point where I prioritized going to the gym instead of doing my schoolwork, and because of that, I did fall very behind on grades. So now I am consistent, I want to say, when we're on vacation from school, extremely consistent, and I still go pretty frequently when we are in school, but just not prioritizing it as much as during the break time.
Okay. So school is your priority over the gym. Is there anything that's also more of a priority than going to the gym? Like, say, a family dinner, or I don't know, your friends want to hang out and you don't have time, but you either go to the gym or hang out. Is there other thing, or does it depend on how often you've gone to the gym that week?
It would depend on how many times I have gone during the week, but it also depends surrounding family events. If we have a certain, like you said, a family dinner we have to attend, then I go. If my little brother has an event going on in school, then I will attend it and I will prioritize it before the gym and schoolwork.
Okay. So the gym, now, you said since high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. During high school, did you do anything?
During high school, freshman, sophomore, and senior year, I was on the basketball team, and I was also on the swim team. So once I was done with basketball and swimming, I felt like there was just a part of my day missing that needed something. Mm-hmm. And thankfully, it was that my friend talked me into getting a gym membership, and from there is where I started going.
Okay. Do you feel like like your background in basketball and what else did you say?
Swimming.
Swimming. Do you feel like that training kind of you apply that into your gym life, or is it a whole nother thing?
Um, it's a whole different thing, but it does have a lot of similar things. In swimming, majority of the events were by yourself, so you had to push a lot yourself during the swim meets. Even when you were exhausted, you had to finish another lap. That is how it is also in the gym. When you're exhausted, you have to finish that one more set, because your mind is weaker than your body. You have to break that barrier of thinking that you're extremely tired, thinking that you can't do it, but you know your body can go further than what your mind can.
That's a good mentality. For those who haven't had any kind of physical or like exercise experience, that mentality will get you places. So, do you keep track of everything? Or is it like written down, mental? It's all in your head?
It's all in my head. It varies. What workouts I start with off in the week, in the beginning of the week. If I realize I need to build my strength in something else, then I have to switch around my schedule. I never write anything down, it's all mentally. And I do go with another friend who is very good at keeping me up on check on what I need to be working on and what I need to be fixing. Maybe it's on bench, on squat, on deadlift.
Are those like your main exercises?
My main ones would be squats and deadlift. I absolutely hate chest, but I have recently been starting to incorporate it again into my workouts. So that is something I've been focusing on a lot, building up my strength on bench press, incline, decline bench, just simply trying to focus on building more of my chest strength.
Would you consider yourself more of a power lifter or just weightlifter? Do you care?
It varies. There's times when I'm doing weightlifting, and then there's more when I'm just doing powerlifting, but majority is all weightlifting. And it's a lot of strength training that I do.
What about cardio? Hardly any cardio? I like you.
I only do cardio if I'm lucky, maybe like twice a month, which is horrible, which I should be doing cardio.
I do cardio when I have to, let me think. I can't think of anything where I have to do cardio. I don't do cardio either. I feel like it's a big waste of time, but...
I hate cardio, but I love going on hikes.
Hikes are
which
good.
Is horrible, because I am dying on hikes, because I have no
type of
conditioning. Yep, nope. So
that happens.
Which is a bad mix, because I will, if you ask me to go on a hike, I will say yes, but you will have to walk slowly because I will be dying.
That's cool. So, do you keep track of your weight, or do you just look at the mirror? What do you use to?
I've learned not to look at the scale.
Okay, good.
I've learned more of taking progress pictures.
Okay.
Because I didn't even know, but when I started going to the gym, I did take some pictures, and now I take pictures, and even though I feel like I haven't seen any difference within those pictures, I can tell. And on the scale, my weight has not changed. It's been the same. So that is why I'm saying don't look at the numbers on the scale. It is more your physical appearance. Like I said, take those before and after pictures, because that is the only way you will be able to. Because you will have people complimenting you and tell you that you do look different, that you look better, that you look more toned, more built. But unless you physically see before, then you can't tell yourself.
Do you listen to those people telling you all that stuff?
At the beginning, I didn't. I felt like they were just messing with me. But like I said, after looking at some pictures of myself, now I'm thankful, and I listen to them, and I find it more of a motivation, because I say all my work is finally paying off. People can tell. So that's what motivates me more into getting into the gym as well.
It's good. Do people ever tell you go to the gym too much?
I've had a guy tell me that.
Yeah.
He was trying to date me, and he would complain that I would not spend enough time with him.
Because you're at the gym too much? Did he ever say, like, hey, can I go with you to the gym or anything?
He was too lazy. He never wanted to.
Oh, my God, dude. All right, well, I don't. You had some interesting men in your life.
I know.
You know
I've been told. I know.
And, like, it's so weird because, like, to me, you're, like, a very, like, you're a very up there girl. Like, your value in the, whole scale of things is pretty high, in my opinion. So, like...
Well, majority of those things happened before I realized everything. So, thankfully, because of all those things, I was able to realize what I really do want in a person.
Cool. Let's not talk about that. That was the last video.
Yeah, that was the last video.
That was the last video. But, okay. So, gym, man. Okay. Do you progress pick? Oh, I had a good question. I can't remember it, dude. What else? You know what I was gonna ask.
The diet?
No.
No.
Well, okay. We'll talk about that. We already talked about this, but go ahead. She doesn't really diet.
I don't.
She doesn't worry about it. I don't worry about it either. I like to eat, and I like to eat what I want to eat. So I don't like to worry about it. But I will say that I do kind of, kind of subconsciously keep track, Even,
You do.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, sometimes I need to eat more vegetables or something,
Mm-hmm.
But as far as, like, calories and, like, nutrients, I don't keep track of any of that, so.
I say I don't diet, but I like you said, I do subconsciously keep track.
You just kind of know.
You kind
right?
of know already.
Have you done it? Have you dieted before?
I did for a whole week. I cut out carbs. I was just I just did fish and steamed vegetables for lunch and dinner.
Uh-huh.
I did notice a difference in just simply a little bit of fat loss. But besides that time, I haven't really done any other diets. But I have just been careful with my calorie intake, with what I do eat, with what when I do go to fast food places, I try and get the best option that they do have. Chick-fil-A, I do get their grilled chicken when I do go.
Chick-fil-A's good.
So
I don't get the grilled chicken.
No, which you should because it's healthier. It's one of the healthiest ones on the menu.
Oh really?
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's grilled chicken. it's pretty good though.
Yes.
I have had it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. Chick-fil-A is good, except I will say that the Chick-fil-A here in Santa Maria is not as good as other places.
No.
But it's like that with a lot of fast food restaurants. In-N-Out's not as good. A lot of restaurants are not as good. I don't want to talk shit on the Santa Maria, but you guys need to step up your restaurant game.
That's what I've heard.
If you're in the restaurant business, you need to step it up. Cool. God, I can't remember that bomb-ass question I had. It was such a, like, good question. And, like, it totally escapes me. All right, we're just gonna move on from that.
Okay.
Yeah, diet, take progress pics. What
Beginning
else?
off at the gym, that's the hardest part. I think
That's the
is a
hardest
lot
part.
of people. For me, it was really hard. Just try and find people with the same goal, same motivation. Don't go with people who are just gonna go for 10 minutes, be on their phone, take pictures, and leave. Don't do that. Please don't
That
do
happens
that.
with a lot of people.
Mostly girls. I've seen a lot of girls.
I didn't want to say girls, but I was
I'm
thinking.
sorry, but I've seen that too many. It's extremely
It's
frustrating.
more like a bragging thing, right?
It's
like,
a bragging
hey, I went to
thing.
the gym today, but like, they want to brag that they went to the gym, but their
They don't put the
physique
work in.
doesn't show
Yeah, the
that
physique
they
doesn't show.
put the work in. Yeah.
So-
you can't lie. Physique shows everything, guys. And you guys are gonna say that no, genetics does take a big.
But I'm pretty.
a lot of it
Imagine
is
those
work.
genetics when you put some muscles
Yeah,
into it.
exactly.
Just think about that.
Yeah.
But like I said, starting off, it is very hard, especially if you're a female, especially with trying to look a certain way.
Were
I
you
know
subconscious when you
I
first
was
went?
subconscious because I did see some other females, other girls in there who looked amazing.
Did you were you like, God, I need to look like that one day, or were you like, oh man, I don't look like that? I can't.
It was half and half of I want to look like that one day and dang, I don't look like that. But we have to understand we all start from somewhere. Those girls, those guys didn't just wake up one day with all those muscles. Didn't like if they did, it's most likely surgery. Let me just tell you that. But it's gonna be hard at the beginning, but you have to find that inner motivation within yourself. And like I said, you have to surround with good people with the same motivation, that are goal driven, that want to better their health, their physique, just so that you're able to get that. Because like I said, if you're gonna go with somebody who is gonna go, I used to go with somebody who would go for an hour and then he'd want to go to In-N-Out and go eat. We went to IHOP once. What is that? Like, that's not, I mean, yeah, he was getting me in the gym, but it wasn't good motivation.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
So that is, starting off, it's just, it is a nightmare for a lot of people. Just don't try and start off by yourself. I would say that would be the hardest part. Try and find that one person to help you out. And believe me, you will make friends in the gym. You will make friends and you will eventually start going to the gym with them. I used to have just 2 friends I used to go with, and I made a lot of friends in the gym, and thankfully they've kept me motivated. They've called me up when I'm not in there. They check up on me. They make sure that I'm trying to reach my best in the gym.
Do you still get subconscious when you go to the gym, or you still do?
I still do.
Okay.
Because I always tell myself I've been coming to the gym this long and I'm still stuck at this stage. But I gotta understand, some people take longer times than others to be able to progress to the next stage. And it's not bad that you're not completely happy with yourself, because we always have to push to better ourselves. But we should be proud of how far we have gotten, and I am proud of how far I have gotten, from all the compliments I've gotten, from just the fact that my strength has built up on various workouts. So whenever I do feel down about myself and subconscious, then I look at all my progress and I think of all the triumphs I have reached.
Okay. I like that. Now, do you ever go in the gym and like realize that you're like the most built or like progressed person in the gym?
I have. Well, when I do go to work out, I am that only girl that's in the area with weights with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some other girls, and I do feel like I look better than them, but then I have to humble myself and remember I was just like her. I have to remember all this progress, all this strength I built, it didn't happen overnight. I gotta humble myself, like I had said, and remember. And if she needs help in something, if someone needs help in something, I have to be able to offer that help and that knowledge that I have learned.
That's good. That's a good mentality to have. Yeah, I would agree. Sometimes I do kind of feel like I'm the most progressed person there. But like you said, I do keep in mind that I started skinny, and like, I just, it takes time. Would you say that it took longer than you expected to get to where you are? Or did you not really care when you had goals?
It did take long in some aspects because it depends on what training I was doing. Mm-hmm. If I was doing more of the strength training, my strength would progress more rapidly than other times. But if I was just going for reps, going for the motion, that's when I noticed it was taking me longer to get to the results that I want to get.
So like isolating the muscle.
Mm-hmm, instead of isolating.
So isolate the muscle. That means like when the muscle you're working, you have to think about it. You can't just do the movement,
the whole
like
area.
she said. You have to like really like concentrate on it and make sure that all the fibers in your muscle are contracting. So yeah, that's that, guys. If you're a girl, I hope this helped. If you're a guy, maybe this helped for you too. I don't know, but this is mostly for the girls. Yeah, have a great one.
Bye.